FA to grill Di Canio after new race storm swirls around Swindon boss. From the dailymail.co.uk on the 14th of May 2012. Paolo Di Canio is at the centre of a race storm after the FA launched an investigation into his conduct as manager of Swindon. Di Canio, who led the club to the League Two title in his first year at the helm, will be interviewed by the FA after they received a letter last week from Orient's Jonathan Tehoue. Tehoue, who spent a short spell on loan at Swindon, claims he was racially abused by Di Canio, and several of Swindon's players who witnessed the alleged remark directed towards Tehoue after he had left the club have shown support for the striker. They are prepared to testify before an FA commission if their manager is charged. Italian Di Canio fell out with Frenchman Tehoue in March. He claimed he had made the mistake signing the forward on loan and told the 28-year-old he would never play for the club again. Di Canio is later alleged to have made a racially insulting comment about Tehoue in front of Swindon players. Although Tehoue was not present, the tone and manner of Di Canio's comments were later relayed to him by his former teammates. Tehoue, who made 1 start and 2 sub-appearances at Swindon, initially made the complaint to the club's chief executive Nicholas Watkins. The matter was investigated by the club and have asked for they have asked Di Canio for his comments, but Swindon refused to confirm whether the manager has been disciplined. Swindon confirmed that they are aware of the allegations and the FA's investigation into Di Canio's conduct. Dependent on what was said, and if these allegations are true, then Di Canio deserves to get reprimanded, I would say even more harshly than Suarez. Reason I say that is purely on the basis that he's a manager. Now, even more so than a fellow pro, a manager is expected to be that shining beacon, to be that role model, for lack of a better term. So if Di Canio has made racially abusive or offensive comments towards Jonathan Tehoue, then Di Canio needs some very, very harsh reprimands. But G-Man, first and foremost, what do you reckon, G-Man? And then we're going to come back to Tom Southend United Wood and Lily Alumi as well. But G-Man, what do you think about this first?
I'm in agreement with you. If the allegations are to be true, then Di Canio has to face, one of the heftiest penalties in football going. Pretty much just like what Suarez did face as a player, one of the heftiest penalties that, for an incident like that. But for me personally, it's just sad to see, because Di Canio's just had his career's been blighted with controversy, from that push, to the Nazi signing when he was back over in Italy, and now he's been gifted a golden chance by Swindon, and earlier on he fell out with a player where he's actually grabbing him on the pitch and wanting to fight him, and then Swindon go and win the title, and this happens as well. So to me, if it's true, he's let himself down, he's let the club down, and he needs to face a big ban.
Well, I said because he's a manager, it's actually even worse, to be frank. So it is legitimately even worse. So it's a bit mad. But also, I'd like to throw this out. Tom Southend United Wood, you had a view on it, didn't you?
Yeah, I think it's stupid, because he's done it with Leon Clark in the past. He had to go at him for not working hard on the pitch. Now he does it to Tehoue, or whatever his name is. And I think if he was racially abusive to him, I think Tehoue should take him to court, or take him on the Jeremy Kyle show.
On the Jeremy Kyle show. That won't. I know the Jeremy Kyle show won't get anything sorted. That'll exacerbate it. And if Big T's listen, I said exacerbate, not something else. But I also want to ask Lily Alumi as well, and Francis Strong, I've seen in the chat, has got an opinion. Lily Alumi, what did you want to drop in about that as well?
I agree with you. If the allegations are true, he needs to be banned more severely than Suarez was, with him being a manager.
I mean, at the end of the day, It's one of those where he's supposed to be an example not only to the first team but to the younger players as well. So in years past, it used to be that the first team players were the examples that the reserves and that the younger players used to look up to. From reading Carragher's book and Gerrard's book as well, which were actually pretty good reads, and also Ian Wright's book as well.
He really shouldn't be doing that. He's just setting a complete bad example towards his players and probably towards the younger fans as well.
No, definitely, especially that. I mean, I said last week, footballers should not be role models. They shouldn't be, and they shouldn't be looked upon as that. Because some of them, if they had a brain, they'd be out playing with it. But Francis Strong, you wanted to jump in on this as well.
Yeah. Well, first off, I think racism in football is just it's overtaking, the prospect of football. Football's meant to be enjoyable. It's not meant to have all this in, and it's getting absolutely stupid. With Di Canio, I think when Southend played Swindon, he was he was quite passionate. He would be on the touchline most of the time, not trying to scream to the players. But the problem was whenever they won, it was never good enough. He would always say something that was not positive about them. So, and obviously with the controversies had in the past, you can see why the allegations have come out, because obviously with them things combined, that does prove against him on it, So I don't know. I think he does need a hefty ban if this happens.
No, definitely.